This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Cathie Wood, the wildly successful money manager known for making a huge bet on Tesla, weighed in on her support for Bitcoin, explained why her Ark Invest firm has sold nearly all the Chinese stocks it previously owned, and talked about what her firm is buying now during an appearance on a panel Thursday. Here's what Wood, who appeared in Forbes' list of America's richest self-made women in August, with an estimated net worth of $400 million, told a panel moderated by angel investor and entrepreneur Jason Calacanis at PreMoney, a conference put on by investing firm 500 Global in Miami Beach, Florida. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at Cathie Wood and her latest predictions about Bitcoin and Ethereum. So without further ado, let's get started. In September, Wood predicted that the value of Bitcoin would rise to $500,000 in 5 years. She remains a staunch supporter of Bitcoin, despite some in the crypto world losing their affinity for it. There's a sense that the Web3 world is evolving away from Bitcoin and Ether into cheaper, faster cryptocurrencies, she said. But they forget that the more features and the more centralization you have, you're talking about recreating Visa. That is recreating an old structure in a new form. Wood said she'd been hearing that Bitcoin is so yesterday. I think that's a big mistake. Look at what's going on in El Salvador. Calacanis asked in response, "Do you believe that dictator? You don't think he's a bad actor?" Wood replied that they're giving $30 in each Chivo account, the digital wallets created for each citizen in El Salvador. Pre-Chivo, only 1.2 million people had bank accounts. Now, 3 million out of 4 million eligible people in El Salvador have banking services. When asked how and why, unlike any other tech, Bitcoin would last much longer than a decade, Wood replied with, "This is the most secure blockchain technology out there. What's going on right now would have been Nobel Prize-winning economist Robert Mundel's dream, to introduce a global monetary system not under anyone's control." Wood explained that she studied under supply-side guru Arthur Laffer, an economist famous for the Laffer curve who was influenced by Mundell. She elaborated, "Look at Turkey. The Turkish people have lost half their purchasing power since February. Wouldn't it be nice to have a little Bitcoin?" Despite the crypto market's constant fluctuations, several experts are showing immense faith. The latest example of the movement is Cathie Wood, who sees Bitcoin reaching $560,000 in 5 years. The CEO of Ark Invest is substantially optimistic about crypto, estimating over 800% growth in its market value. Cathie's evaluation is not surprising, as the renowned investor predicted BTC to reach $500,000 a few months ago. With Bitcoin trading below $60,000, the estimates are undoubtedly optimistic. They're not baseless, as Bitcoin recently marched above $65,000, hitting its all-time high. Cathie recently talked about cryptocurrency with Barron, stating that if institutional investors invest 5% of their portfolios in Bitcoin, it can reach up to $560,000 by 2026. As expected, many deemed Cathie's predictions far-fetched. The well-known investor has already predicted Tesla's miraculous 1,200% surge. Cathie's not merely showing oral support for Bitcoin, as Ark Next Generation Internet ETF modified its operations to promote BTC using Canadian ETFs. The New York Stock Exchange only accepted a Bitcoin-based ETF in October. Canada has upped the US in the area. The nation has launched several BTC-based ETFs in 2021, including 3 IQ CoinShares Bitcoin ETF, Purpose Bitcoin ETF, Evolve Bitcoin ETF, and CI Galaxy Bitcoin ETF. Many consider the US accepting the ProShare BTC Strategy ETF to be stimulant behind the crypto's October surge. The fund comprises Bitcoin future contracts, which users can transact over the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Cryptocurrency's volatility is well known. Investors seeking exposure invest in such ETFs, while some prefer buying BTC directly. Despite offering startling returns, many still second-guess investing in cryptocurrencies. Going by Cathie's prediction, Bitcoin can only reach the estimated value by breaking such predicaments. Before we go on to the next part of the video, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. Or you might just be a little bit too late in hearing the most important news in regards to crypto. Going back, Wood noted that BTC will always be your first choice when it comes to crypto investments. This is because of the coin's widespread adoption, which is set to continue expanding, especially now that El Salvador has embraced it as legal tender. However, ETH has also been making headlines. especially after commencing with its transition from a proof-of-work or POW consensus mechanism to a proof-of-stake or POS model. Commenting on the coin's rapid growth, Wood said, quote, "Ether, however, is seeing an explosion in developer activity thanks to NFTs and DeFi. I'm fascinated with what's going on DeFi, which is collapsing the cost of the infrastructure for financial services in a way that I know that the traditional financial industry does not appreciate right now." Due to these features, Wood said she would consider investing 60% of Ark Invest funds in BTC and 40% in ETH. She also noted that although regulators are increasingly clamping down on crypto, they're careful not to drive the burgeoning asset class to its grave. According to her, no regulator is willing to be accountable for preventing the next major fintech breakthrough. Cathie Wood on non-fungible tokens and art. Another trend that the Ark Invest founder doesn't want to let down is the business around NFTs. The abbreviation stands for non-fungible tokens. The trend, which has now also reached Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey and pop star Katy Perry, enables the purchase of property rights to digital goods such as pieces of music, artwork, or video clips. At a conference hosted by industry network Salt, Wood now showed her enthusiasm for the concept. In a panel discussion with CNBC host Andrew Ross Sorkin, the entrepreneur explained that she particularly liked the provider Async Art, which allows users to buy pixels for digital artworks and thus create new layers on them. Wood sees a lot of potential in the buzz around NFTs. That's exactly how I felt when the internet first came along. Cathie Wood called non-fungible tokens the greatest thing to happen to artists. But the comment Friday at the Bloomberg panel in Miami prompted a disagreement with billionaire art investor and real estate developer George Perez. Perez, whose name is on Miami's main art museum, said he didn't understand the new art and won't buy NFTs. "The beauty of art is always the personal experience," Perez said, praising the museum experience. Wood countered that NFTs are a thing of beauty as well. NFTs on Ethereum. Currently, the Ark CEO doesn't own any NFTs, but she still expects strong growth in this area. This would also help the second largest cryptocurrency Ether, as most NFTs are placed on Ethereum blockchains. With increased developer activity, the coin could thus soon emerge from the shadow of its big brother. The star investor's confidence in Ether, for example, has increased significantly, as she admitted to Sorkin. Wood expressed her belief that the developers of the architecture behind the cryptocurrency are moving forward with the transition from the computationally intensive proof-of-work standard to the proof-of-stake concept. Currently, therefore, she would invest 60% in Bitcoin and 40% in Ether. Cathie Wood is bullish on ETH as proof-of-stake transition nears. Cathie Wood doubled down on her crypto convictions at the recent SALT conference in New York, sharing price predictions and a renewed enthusiasm for Ether. Wood said her firm is keeping an eye on Ether, saying that her confidence on Ether has gone up dramatically as we've seen the beginning of this transition from proof-of-work to proof-of-stake. While Ark doesn't own any NFTs, according to Wood, she said that the explosive growth in use of Ethereum thanks to NFTs is bringing new investment opportunities. Ether is seeing an explosion in developer activity thanks to NFTs and DeFi, she said on stage. "I'm fascinated with what's going on DeFi, which is collapsing the cost of the infrastructure for financial services in a way that I know that the traditional financial industry doesn't appreciate right now." Picking favorites. According to 13F filings, Ark Investment Management is the largest holder of Grayscale's Ethereum Trust holding, approximately $16.1 million in shares. Aside from Ether, Wood is still quite bullish on Bitcoin, predicting prices to possibly hit the six-figure range. "We believe the price will be tenfold what it is today, instead of $45,000, over $500,000, Wood said on stage. But that requires companies to continue to diversify their cash into something like Bitcoin, and institutional investors start allocating 5% of their funds in Bitcoin, she added. When asked what crypto she'd hold if she only could pick one, she responded that answering that question is becoming harder and harder, but she'd still probably pick Bitcoin. "I think I'd still default to Bitcoin because countries are now deeming it legal tender and we haven't even put that into our thinking," she said. Well, there you have it. Cathie Wood and her current thoughts about the crypto world so far. Do you agree with her? Let's know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.